Hi, this is Susan from hotshotpolkadot. My new pattern is now listed on Etsy. A link is provided in the description box. I've made 12 princess outfits so far, and I plan to make more and post them on the Etsy page. You will have more success downloading if you go to etsy.com instead of your telephone app. And I just noticed I got a new badge this month. It's the Speedy Reply badge. And please, please, please contact me through email or Etsy combo if you need help. And if I can't get to my computer right away, I will let you know. As you can see, the princess dresses are really all about color and trims. That's what makes them recognizable from some of the movies. If you look at this picture, I hope you would automatically know that the princess was from the Beauty and the Beast fairy tale. But you can make your own princess dresses. They don't have to be the movie outfits. So, if you don't hoard, save the amount of crafty objects and fabric as I do, Dollar Tree does have some of the items you could use. I took a few pictures while in Dollar Tree. You can find beads and even sequins. There's plenty of ribbons and mesh type ribbons. Last time I was in Dollar Tree, they had these little packages of tulle and some elastic and also lace. Here's pictures of the jewels and gems and sequins. If you don't have any fabric, they had some pretty pastel fat quarters. If you're not into princesses with pastel colors, you could buy the bold jelly rolls and fat quarters. You could even use the ribbon that Dollar Tree uses to tie the bundle of fat quarters. Here are a few more pictures. Lots of sheer ribbon, and I found these tulle circles and the diamond wrap ribbon. When I do these measurement type patterns, I have a setup that makes it go a little bit faster. I have a mat board with an 1.5 inch scale, and then I have a ruler for measuring long pieces of fabric and ribbon. I have included 9 pattern pieces. Make sure you follow that 1 inch scale when printing, or the pattern simply will not fit. My printer also has a little box that I have to uncheck when I print. Do you see where it says scale to fit paper? You have to uncheck because if you scale to fit paper, it will throw your pattern sizing off somewhat. Another tip is to print your pattern in grayscale instead of color. It might just be me. My printer ink is very expensive and I'm very frugal. As I finish the sewing machine part of the project, I place all my dresses in a basket and I sew finishing touches such as closures and sewing on the trims later while watching TV or YouTube. My current pattern has written instructions. My previous videos show how to make the bodice, and I showed you a few other details in that video. This little collar was a bit hard for me to write out the written instructions, so let me just demonstrate. First of all, you're going to make the blouse, and it's just a matter of making a right angle under the sleeve and down the side. My pattern has the measurements for the 2 little squares for the collar. Fold the squares, sew down the sides, turn. The collar just covers the front, and I didn't make a collar for the back. Place the 2 little collar pieces on top of your blouse. Now, to make the facing, you need a strip of knit fabric or t-shirt fabric with no specific measurements. Place the strip of knit fabric on top of the collar pieces and sew all the way around the neckline. Turn the facing to the inside of your blouse, and that's an easy way to make a facing. If you're using woven fabric or cotton type fabric, you will have to clip the curves. You will notice that the knit fabric will adjust to the shape of the neckline and the clipped woven fabric will lie flat. This is the closure I most often use. You can buy this rolled elastic just about anywhere that you find sewing notions. Sew a button on the other side. People who have bought my doll clothes tell me that this closure is very easy for little fingers. Next, I would like to show you each princess dress and talk about a few details. My first video showed how to make Cinderella's dresses, her peasant dress, and her gown. The video also showed how to make the fairy godmother's cape. I think my pattern written directions for Beauty and the Beast are clear, so I don't really have anything else to add. And I already showed you how to add the collar to Belle's dress that she wore in her village. When you make the jasmine top, some of you know how to put the sleeves or the tulle inside the lining and the bodice. I will show you an easier way for those of you who are beginning to sew. When I sew, I try to think of how my granddaughters could understand how to attach straps. My oldest granddaughters could use my patterns when they were 7 and 8 years old. So I will show you an easy way to put straps on a bodice, make the bodice, and then attach the tulle to the back of the fabric. I also hand stitch the trim to the front of the fabric. I added ties to the crop top. The written instructions for The Little Mermaid were easy to follow. I've just added a few pictures on this video. And I dressed up the little top for The Little Mermaid. I put a gold button on it and some top stitching. The written instructions for the Frog Princess is also pretty clear. Here are a few pictures. Moana's dress included several trims and fabric. Sometimes I use ribbon and sometimes I use cord to tie the apron style dress. I used a lot of beads and I used knit fabric to make the fringe. To make the costume look a bit more ceremonial, I used my decorative stitches on my sewing machine, different colors. And again, more beads and fringe at the hemline. My written instructions for Rapunzel's dress, I've included lots of pictures and directions. The flexible wire works well for crowns and veils.